we are in a market that is finding its footing again, right? And that is such a good thing for us. And when you look at our market locally, right, we are in a really strong position. People are still moving here. People are choosing this area. They're relocating, they're retiring, they're investing, and they're really building their lives here. So that gives us in our market a lot to work with. And it should give you a lot of confidence of what we have to offer in this market, but also in this company. So nationally, again, we're seeing that those interest rates are stabilizing, right? Inventory is slowly rebuilding, and we see that the buyer activity is returning. But we know now that they're returning in a more thoughtful, intentional way. The frantic pace is gone, okay? Thank you, Lord. And it is in a place driven by purpose, planning, and value. That's what they're doing. And that is not a bad thing. That is a really great and healthy market reset. And in these resets, it is only you guys that are the strong agents that are going to get sharper this year. You're going to be more strategic, and you're going to be even a more valuable and trusted member of this market because of who you are and how you represent yourself and how you share your knowledge and how you guide your clients to either a purchase or a sale. This market is going to reward preparation. It's going to reward professionalism and really real skill, which all of you guys have. It is rewarding agents who know how to price a home, how to communicate, how to manage expectations, and really how to guide your clients through these decisions, not just open doors, right? That's where experience and leadership start to matter again when markets are shifting. But here is one of the most important parts. We don't sell the national market, hallelujah. We sell our market. So this is the price growth across the country. Blue is positive, orange is negative. I liked it just because it looked like the Gators, but despite that. So if you look at South Carolina on the map, year over year appreciation, as of the third quarter of 2025, growth was up 4%. Now the national average was 2.3%. So what does that mean, right? That is good news, right? Our market is still in demand. People are moving here for the lifestyle. They're moving here for the affordability, the taxes, the climate, the quality of life. Retirees are coming. Remote workers are relocating. Families are still choosing this area intentionally, and that demand has not disappeared. It has simply become a little bit more selective, which means that the opportunity hasn't gone away, it has shifted. So what does it mean? It means that you have to be open and transparent and clear with your offerings, which are abundant. Inventory is on the rise, not just nationally, but locally too. So again, these are the moments where the cream will rise to the top. Why? Because you are a knowledgeable advisor. You're going to guide them the right way. This is the moment where you step into your role as a true advisor, not just as an agent this year, where your voice will carry weight. Your knowledge creates confidence, and that consistency, month in, month out, builds trust, right? These are the agents that lean in right now. You're staying visible on your social media. You're staying informed every day of what's happening in our market. You're staying connected with your clients and customers and potential clients and customers by putting yourself in positions to meet new people. Those are going to be the agents that are going to really rise and own the next chapter of this market. And I have every confidence that it can be all of us. So here in our coastal markets, the homes are still selling. Buyers are still buying, right? Sellers are making those moves. But what has changed is that the people are becoming more thoughtful. And really, that is not a bad thing, right? Because the market rewards that preparation and that communication and that confidence. By reviewing emails and text message conversations that you've had in the past, have those conversations. It's a new year. Have those conversations with them again. You have all these people set up in your drip campaigns and Paragon. You see that they're looking at properties online. reach out to them, have a conversation, let them know what's going on in the market. Let them know, hey, you might have seen an increase in new properties, but that just means that there's more opportunities for you to be selective and get what it is that you want. Maybe in the new year, maybe they have new goals. Maybe what they're looking for has changed. Maybe their timeline has shifted and things are going in the right direction for them to move sooner rather than later. But you won't know that unless you have conversations with these people. So we're going to take a snapshot and look at our area and see what we notice in the sales and in the inventory this year versus the same time last year. We look at Myrtle Beach closed sales. Okay. All price ranges, the closed sales were down overall. Okay. But the closed sales were up in under 300,000, just slightly, but they were up 10.8% in December from 5 to 700,000, and they were up 6.4% over 700,000. Those same price points where the closed sales were up, the days on the market were also down. So 3 to 5 and 700 or 700 and above, and 5 to 700, really 300,000 and above. Or excuse me, 500,000 and above, the sales were up. High activity, higher expectations. And with that, we are seeing still strong pricing activity across multiple price points. Really, the homes at price points above 300,000, they were either flat or slightly up in December, which was really one of the weakest months in our market. But homes that were priced well and presented well are moving. They might be taking a little bit longer, but that's okay. The market is normalizing. It's still not crazy. The average for all price points in the month of December for Myrtle Beach, and this is condos, single family home, new construction, resale, was only 97 days. But again, you have to know what those days are. You have to know what the inventory looks like. We have to know what's moving to be able to have those honest conversations. Be intentional and be strategic. Now we look at North Myrtle Beach. North Myrtle Beach continues to attract lifestyle buyers, second home buyers, and move-up buyers. We are seeing strength in the higher price points where there is more demand and less activity compared to some of those lower price points. But buyers now are negotiating again. This is something not to be afraid of, but this is something to be prepared for. The market is rewarding the confidence and clarity, not pressure, not panic, leadership. So when you look at closed sales in North Myrtle Beach, they were up in under 300,000. They were up in 3 to 5, up 16.8% in the 3 to 500,000 price point, up 5.6% in closed sales in 5 to 700, and 700,000 and above, they were up 7.6% closed sales. Overall, 11% for closed sales in North Myrtle Beach. Okay, so there are opportunities available. Maybe that's somewhere that you want to look for expired listings, because in those segments where buyers are looking, why didn't those homes sell? Pay attention. We see even still with the growth of the closed sales that in the $500,000 to $700,000 price point, prices went up slightly in 5 to 700 and 700,000 and above. Those at the lower segments, they did go down slightly. The lowest was in the 300,000 and below, but you could anticipate that when you have more inventory, there are more options. Sellers have to be smart and decide, okay, do they want to sell or do they want to sit? The days on the market went up across all segments, but again, still in a healthy way. Now we look at Surfside Beach. Desirable, selective, still moving. Surfside remains incredibly desirable. Closed sales were up under 300,000 and over $500,000 price point. The closed sales were the highest in the $700,000 plus segment. Closed sales were up 66.7% in homes 700,000 and above in the Surfside area. And I share this information with you because these are opportunities. If you can let sellers know that wanted to sell their home, or they're doing for sale by owner, or they withdrew the listing, or it expired, that you know the market. You know that more buyers are looking in this price point. So if you're interested in selling, now is the time. Maybe there are some adjustments that need to be made, but now is the time to do it. Be clear, be honest, share your knowledge, share your confidence. Sales prices went up 3.5%. Days on the market are up 42.9%, but 100 days on the market. Be honest. Then we get into Murrells Inlet. Murrells Inlet is showing a longer decision cycle, but not a lack of interest in that market. Buyers are still there, but they are just more intentional. This is where follow-up wins, right? This is where education wins. This is where the average agent gets tired and the great agents get paid, because they communicate, they stay engaged. And sometimes, yes, it's going to take maybe a few more conversations, but that's okay. You're building trust. You're building a name for yourself in that market with those sellers that are in that area. And your commitment and your knowledge, again, we are the messengers. We do not have a crystal ball, and we do not have control to say, boom, you're buying it now. But it's being smart, it's being strategic, it's marketing the property the right way. It's looking to see, okay, what are buyers that are looking for this type of home? What are they looking for? Am I sharing a pain point or a pleasure point of what this home offers compared to where they may be right now? We have to think outside the box. Pawleys Island, fewer transactions, but strong price integrity. Pawleys Island continues to behave like Pawleys Island behaves. You have fewer transactions down there, but pricing for the most part stays strong. Buyers are emotionally driven. They are lifestyle motivated, and they're extremely sensitive to quality. So if you are working in the Pawleys Island market, it's marketing and presentation. That will be your currency down there, and having the Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices name. We know how to do it. We know how to show up. We can see that the days on the market were up 87% or 17.6%, but it's only 87 days on the market. So again, we're still in a really good, healthy market. The average sales prices were stable under 700,000, but dropped 13.2% for sales over 700,000. So again, when you're looking at those oceanfront homes, there is potentially more wiggle room. And then we look at Conway. This was one of the strongest value markets. Conway continues to be one of our strongest value markets, and we know that. We see that month after month. We have clients that are looking, they want a little bit more land, they want a little bit more house, they want a little bit less price, and that's where they're going. The average sales price in Conway was a little bit over $319,000. Yes, it's 2.8%, but it's one of the most affordable and most central locations, right? We're seeing first-time home buyers, we're seeing workforce buyers, and we're seeing relocations, people that are moving from a larger home up north and they just want a newer, smaller house down here close to the beach. This is one of those areas that consistency pays off, right? You don't have to be flashy in the area, but you have to present yourself and you have to price the properties appropriately. Okay, so we need to be honest with our sellers. There is an opportunity zone for you all right now. We are seeing more expireds. We are seeing more withdrawn listings. We're seeing more frustration with clients. And you need to hear this clearly. That is not failure. That is confusion. These homeowners still want to sell. They just don't know how anymore. They thought they knew what they were doing. They thought their agent was giving them proper guidance, but maybe they weren't. And whether they realize it or not, they are waiting for you. You guys have all the tools. You guys have all of the knowledge. You guys have the resources. You have the heart to help get homes from expired to sold. Sellers need the honest expectations, right? Not hope-based strategies anymore. Today's market is not racing, but it is moving consistently. with predictable momentum. So we know that the well-priced homes that are in good condition are still going to rise to the top, and they attract the most motivated buyers. So with new construction, with all the new construction going on in the area, it is so important that our homes look market ready. Go through and help them clean, give them recommendations of what needs to be done. And at the end of the day, if you want help moving things around and bringing some things in to make it feel more homey, let us do that. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you help your clients get their home sold. So reach out. We know that longer days on the market are part of that new normal, but it doesn't mean that something is wrong. It just means, again, that the buyers are taking more time. They're comparing more homes carefully. They are reacting to the value, not to urgency, right? We have client or agents that are doing virtual showings for people, and they're coming up with a list. And then when they get enough of a list, they're going to come down and see it. That's not what it was a few years ago. If you see a house, you better buy it. But there's more time, there's more opportunity, which is why the condition, the pricing of your home is important right now. Your job is to keep your seller anchored in reality, but not in fear. Remind them that this market, again, rewards clean presentation, high quality preparation, and accurate pricing from day one. When a home shows well, it aligns with the recent data, it will sell, often faster than the neighbors who overreach, right? An overpriced home makes a well-priced home look better. Most importantly, when you speak plainly, confidently, and consistently about what's happening, then your sellers stop guessing and they start trusting, right? When you communicate with them, when you let them know that you're on top of the market, hey, 2 more homes came on the market. Hey, that home across the street, they made a price adjustment, or this one went pending last week, but now this one is back active. They just want to know that you are on top of what's going on in their community. They want to have trust. They want to believe that you're going to be the one that's going to help them. And that transparency builds partnership. And that partnership, that builds cooperation. And that cooperation is what will help you to get that home sold in a shifting and evolving market. You aren't just managing the listing, right? You are managing their expectations, their emotions, and your strategy. If you have to pivot, you have to be able to pivot. Set the tone, control the narrative, and help your sellers win in today's market, not the one that they wish they were in. So why are some listings struggling right now? I really believe it is not the market, it is the strategy. Many sellers are still anchored to that 2021 pricing and that 2021-2022 speed. That's human, right? It was that way. Why is it not that way now? Is it going to be that way again? That's emotional. And it is understandable, but it is our job to bring them into 2026 with clarity. Compassion plus competence will win every time. You need to meet them where they are, understand, yes, that market was where it was, but this is where we are now. And here are the opportunities that are available to you. And here's what I'm going to do to help make your home stand out in this market. They want to know what you're going to do, how you're going to help get their home sold. There is an advantage, right? A quiet market advantage. Explain that the listing prep now means that they are hitting the market before that spring surge, right? I'm talking about the expireds. I'm talking about the people that are thinking about listing. I'm talking about the withdrawn listings, especially in those price points where closed sales are up, especially in those areas that buyers are looking for. Be smart and strategic about your business and go after homes in those markets. Preview listings in those areas. Sellers appreciate strategic timing, and that is exactly what this is. So our goal is simple. We want to have intentional conversations, right? With your pipeline that you're working on this January, you're building it for the year. You're preparing for the year, going through all of the expired listings from last year in markets and areas that you would want to have a conversation with them about, because you know what's selling, you know what buyers are looking for. Track who you talk to. Track who you don't talk to. Make sure you follow up with everyone who doesn't respond until you get an answer. Success in this business is in the follow-up and the follow-through. Okay? Top producers follow up and follow through. Not because They hustle more, but because they stay consistent. And that's what this business is about, being consistent. And for the buyers, the reality is that they are quiet, educated, and they are still motivated. And they are looking for leadership from you guys, right? They are cautious, they are more informed, and they are wanting your guidance and understanding. They don't need cheerleaders, they don't need hype, they just need leadership. They need guidance, they need proper questions. They need to know what is most important. What are you looking to do in the next 5 years, right? Going back to the lifestyle planning guide, asking those questions, making sure that you're not just helping people find the right home for today, but it makes sense for them in the future. Be that voice, be that clear voice, be the one that they can trust. And marketing yourself, I know how important this is. So what are you doing to market our area? How are you reaching out to new potential buyers? Okay, the Winter Coastal Lifestyle campaign. Paint the picture of off-season living, right? Who doesn't love a quieter beach, less crowds, better pricing, right? People are more aggressive when they're wanting to sell in those off months. So what can we do? The pre-spring negotiation advantage, right? Reinforce that buyers have more leverage now than they will in March. When there are more buyers, when there is more activity and more demand and more people, it's just human nature that people are going to be less willing to negotiate unless that inventory again surpasses the demand. It's always about supply and demand. And then reach out to out-of-state leads, right? What's going on in other areas of the country, right? Maybe this is a place that they would like to live. Less traffic, less drama, less snow, less cold. So the truth about what this year is going to be, that this is not a hard market. It is a professional market, and that's where we can thrive. It doesn't reward shortcuts, right? We have to be invested in our business. We have to do what we know works and be consistent day in, day out, week in, week out. It rewards preparation. It rewards consistency. It rewards agents who show up, even when it would be easier not to, right? There are all days where we don't feel like doing what we know we need to do, but we do it anyway. I know your work ethic. I know that each and every one of you is capable of true success this year. So be intentional and ask those questions, right? Reflect on what you have in your pipeline. Work on cleaning it up and see where you are beginning this year. How many people, how much volume potentially do you already have in your pipeline at the beginning of the year? And now you're just going to build on it from here, right? Every week, every day, you're going to be posting things on social media that are going to reach out to a certain segment of the audience. They're going to connect with you, and they're going to want to share information with you. You're going to go and position yourself at bookstores with your Paragon open and you're looking at properties. You're going to position yourself by going to preview properties and markets. I can't tell you how many times I've just been going to look somewhere and look at an area, and there'll be a neighbor that's walking by. Perfect opportunity for you to reach out to them and ask them what they love about the area. You're just previewing properties in this beautiful community for your clients. And what better insight to have than from somebody who lives in that community? And it shares who you are as a person. You're not selling to them. You're trying to help clients that you may or may not have. You're trying to help your future clients. You're trying to help yourself and educate yourself on this market so that when an opportunity presents itself, you are ready to capitalize on it. So really ask yourself, are you being intentional in your business, or are you being passive in your business? Because this year is going to benefit those that are educated, which then allows you to be strategic, which then enables you to be successful in whatever way that means for you. But you cannot walk through this business without any direction. Be the calm voice, be the clear voice, be the one they trust, so that we can take this year and make it ours. 2026, let's do it.